Good morning everybody, Victor here. Another beautiful day on the 2850 Blue Water. So we just got baits out. We're gonna do a little trolling today. We just rolled out of Hillsboro Inlet and got out here just as the sun was cracking up over the clouds right there, over the horizon. And right now, we're like 2 to 3 days off of the full moon, which wahoo fishing, which is what we're targeting, is synonymous with the full moon. It creates really strong tides. The fish gather really close to inlets and get close to the coast to feed on all the bait that's pouring in and out of the inlets. And fingers crossed, we're gonna get one. We got 2 planer rods out right now with these little strip baits called bait strips, which we're gonna walk you through the whole thing today. But we should have a beautiful day out on the ocean. We got Brookie behind the wheel. Brooke's dad is playing hooky from work, from the canvas factory.
Yeah, man. Sun coming up, out here on the new boat with all this young blood. Just lucky to be alive.
What we're doing is we're trolling between like 7 and 9 knots, depending on which way the current's going, and just making zigzags up and down the coast, and just trying to go over any type of structure or bait we're seeing. We got the Garmin pulled up, Airmar B275 low high wide transducer, just trying to see if I mark any bait, rock piles, anything that could hold structure, fish, bait. We just went over a wreck in like 270 feet of water. And our approach when we wahoo fish is to troll between like 100 to 350 feet. It seems to be the most productive. And always just looking at this screen to see if we see any signs of life. You might mark a school of bonita, sardines, even something that looks like it's just a big school of spadefish, just any signs of life. And every single wreck that's on the map, we're gonna try to troll around. So in our area, it's super popular to troll planers. It's probably one of the most effective things to do out of Hillsboro Inlet. And as you guys see, there's a bunch of boats out here doing it already. Anytime it's calm this time of year, and especially around the full moon, which we're 3 days out from the full moon. And just looking around, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably around 10 boats just outside the inlet are already trolling planers.
Well, we're trying to just go over all the wrecks that are local to us.
Oh, you can find it, Brian. Get it, get it.
Oh no, little bonita?
Little bonita. We can throw them back.
We just caught the first fish of the day. We went over a wreck and we marked a bunch of stuff, and then we just caught that bonita on a feather. But that was the first wreck that we've gone over where we actually marked something.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna walk you through what we're doing right now. This right here is called a bait strip, okay? It's literally just mimicking like a little bonita strip. So the fish that we just caught is a bonita. And what most people do is cut those up and make strips out of them. But our buddy, Elliot, who's actually out here, we just saw him on a 36 yellowfin. He's the creator and owner of this company, Bait Strips. I'll have his stuff linked below. This is what most people out here in Hillsboro do. It's really popular. It's one of the most effective ways to get wahoo in South Florida. You start out with something called a sea witch. It's got mylar. It's just got a bunch of little hair. It creates a really nice profile. And then we fish a squid skirt, and it's got a little lead in there. And then this stuff right here, just some more mylar, just a lot of flash. This planer's attached to the line. This weighted side goes towards the boat. This flat side goes towards the fish. This has a weight in it. It goes down in the water column, and when you pull away from you, that plate right here, the planer plate, creates a lot of drag and suspends your bait way down. So it's a really neat way where you control baits down deep in the water column, which is usually where you're gonna find your tuna and wahoo. And this looks incredible underwater. This is just super flashy. That tail wiggles kind of like the tail of a bait fish. And the way we do this is we have a breakaway system. A lot of guys like to hand line, but what we like to do is I have these 2 power swivels that you can reel through the guides. And I have snap swivels attached to the planer. And then I took a snap swivel and cut it in half. And you can just clip this right into your swivel. Clip this one into the swivel. And it makes it so much easier, so that way when you get a fish on, you don't have to hand line all that leader in. You can just, when you get to this portion of the rig, you take that planer off, and then you can just reel your fish all the way up. Okay guys, we just got our first hit on the planer. Didn't really pull a lot of drag, but you could see that rod tip was bouncing like crazy. There it is up top, whatever it is. Either a bonita or a little blackfin maybe. But we'll get the gap just in case something gaffable.
Barracuda.
Yeah, it's a little barracuda. Trust me, I want all of them to be a wahoo too. Okay, we're gonna let this guy go. There it is, little barracuda, bycatch on the troll. Absolutely you can eat these guys, we have in the past, but we got our mind set on the zebra fish on the wahoo today, so we're gonna let this guy go unharmed. Alright guys, we just doubled up. The deep planer rod just got hit, and the feather rod, we actually just came over a ledge. Marked a ton of bait on the screen, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. We definitely got 2 fish on. Been talking to people on the radio all day. Elliot's out here fishing too. He says it's pretty slow. Sometimes it's not an early morning bite. Sometimes the fish start biting during the middle of the day. So we constantly have the boat in gear anytime you're fighting a fish, because if you take that boat out of gear, the fish has a chance to shake the hook or cut you off. You want constant tension in the line. I think this is going to be a bonita. Yep. I think we both have doubled up bonitas. So you could keep these for strip baits. You could also eat them. A lot of guys make these into sword baits as well, but we're going to release them today because we got our eyes on one prize, and that's a wahoo today. Oh. That's a bite. That's a good bite.
You like that one?
You want it, Brian?
No, I knew you wanted that one. I seen you leave the wheel.
All right, just out of the corner of my eye, saw this rod bounce. He's pulling some drag. Oh, it's a dolphin. It's a good dolphin.
So cool.
Dolphin right around this wreck in 270 feet of water. Just keep that wheel straight, babe. So that's another cool thing. You know, when people think of dolphin, they often think of them just being on top, but a lot of times dolphin will be way down deep. And this bait was probably 50, 60 feet down. He's scoping up top. Now Brooke's gonna take that planer off. So cool seeing that green just slide through the water like that. There we go, nice dolphin in the boat. Good sized cow dolphin. We're gonna put them in there. Dolphin, not only are they really bloody, but they're dangerous. So I'll let them calm down a little bit, then we'll take them out and show you guys that fish. But plenty of action today. Didn't get our wahoo, we're still looking for them. Barracudas, skipjack, tuna, bonitas, first dolphin, so at least we know we have some dinner. But we're getting hits pretty consistently, and I'm still faithful. We're gonna put some stripes in the boat today. All right, there it is. First good fish in the boat. We got a dolphin, nice little cow, gaffer. Brian gaffed him, put him in the boat. We're gonna put him on ice and see what else we can get.
Here we go.
Beautiful colors on this guy. Love when their dorsal fins are lit up like that and just raised. When you see them hunting, like when we're fishing offshore and that dorsal fin comes out of the water, no better sight. Okay guys, midday update time. The water cleaned up really, really nice. A lot of the blue water pushed in, which we always like when targeting pelagics like wahoo, tuna, dolphin. There's this really big like rip line of this kind of eel-looking grass, trash, some coconuts floating in it, and about 400 feet of water. So we're just following it right along the side of it, It's really nice and blue on this side, and on the inshore side of it, it's pretty green. So we're gonna see if we can't pull a fish or two out of here, but it's been pretty slow. Our buddy Elliot had one wahoo behind the boat, but unfortunately the hook pulled. It's a dolphin, a nice dolphin, Brooke.
Ah! I can't get it out of the rod holder.
Leave that one out there.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Big dolphin on.
You want to slow down a little? Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to slow down a little.
Is that one?
Wow, we saw this one jump, so we know it's a mahi. And it's a nice one too.
You're on the down.
Yeah, baby. Big mahi. It's not our striped fish, but it's a good fish. He's just gliding along the surface. Oh, he's gonna jump, he's gonna jump. He wants to jump. He's thinking about it. Oh, there he goes. See, this is what happens. When you're patient, you get to catch the good fish.
I saw you catch plenty of bonita today, so you must have been patient all day. So we actually went out like 4 or 5 days ago, and we filmed a video catching dolphin in like 600 feet of water. There's been a lot around this time of year.
Oh, Vic!
Oh, I whiffed that.
Come on.
That was scary.
That's gonna be the first shot of the video.
I just gotta make sure that you guys are awake, you know?
He's gonna jump. Oh, he jumped over that line.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Keep it PG, Brooke.
Well, I could have just lost it. Nice one. You can come straight through, Vic.
That's the biggest one of the day so far. That's a good sized fish, Brooke.
Woohoo!
Look at that.
Gorgeous. He's lit up.
Oh my gosh, he's got a little remora on him,
Really?
on the other side of him.
Well, let's get the.
Close it, close it, close it, close it, close it. You guys have heard me talk a lot about Waterlinkos. They've been a sponsor on the channel for about 2 years now, and I cannot say enough good things about them. I got Dennis a prescription pair, Brookie's got them. They make men's, women's, kids, prescription, bunch of different styles to choose from. Whether you're an offshore guy, bass guy, glass lenses, plastic lenses, and I'm telling you, they are the best pair of sunglasses you'll ever put on your face. And that is coming from someone who spent a lot of time on the water over the years, and I've rocked a lot of different brands, and I can honestly tell you I will never go back to anything but Waterlinkos. And you guys can actually save 15% off all Waterlinkos. Use my code LANDSHARK, I'll have it linked below, or you can go to waterlinko.com. Okay guys, this is probably our 4th or 5th attempt trying to put a wahoo in this boat. It'll be the first one we put in the blue water. We brought out the big guns. We got my buddy Tyler from Sun's Out Fishing. You guys have seen us fish in the past. He's got a channel. He makes a lot of good content. So Tyler's never caught a wahoo, never seen a wahoo. So if we get one today, it's going to be really special. And that's today's goal, is to get Tyler on a wahoo.
I'm so pumped up. I want to see one of these underwater zebras real bad. See what happens. They've eluded me my entire life, so today might be the day.
It's always a lucky day when you get the new setup. So we got some new Wahoo Mahi for the boat, and Conley. I've been using his rods for the last 10 years. Got some new Conley planer rods. Excited to try these out.
It's not the nicest conditions out here. It's definitely rough. The weatherman said it was going to be about 5 foot. It's definitely not 5 foot, but there have been a lot of wahoo caught recently because we have a crazy full moon. So, you know, you just got to be out here when the fish are out here. So fingers crossed that it works out for us today and that we finally put a wahoo in the new boat. We're going to do that same line again.
Oh yeah, this is actually for sure a fish.
Oh!
It looks like a dolphin.
Could be. I'm gonna reel this in. We got a fish on the short planer. We just did the same line. We just got a bite on the long. Tyler's doing his thing, and something came up to the surface and looked like it jumped, but a lot of times wahoo come up and shake their head too. Just Tyler, keep constant tension on that thing and reel when you can, all right?
Just trying to drive straight right now. I just put it on autopilot so I can grab this rod when the planer comes up. It's rough out here. It's definitely not calm.
You're doing great, Tyler. You're doing great.
We get to use our new Mahi gaff.
Yeah.
You want to gaff him in?
Yeah.
Not the targeted species, but
Hey, we'll take
a welcome fish, that's for sure.
Always a welcome a mahi in the boat.
Definitely.
Especially after yesterday's no activity.
I told you it was a dolphin. I saw it jump.
So Brooke,
That's why we got a tangle, because it jumped over the other line.
yep.
There it is on the new path.
There we go. First fish in the boat.
Beautiful. We'll show that guy off in just a second to you guys. Beautiful little mahi mahi. These fish are absolutely delicious, and the colors are unbelievable, so vibrant. When this fish was coming in, you could see him from so far away.
So we trawled pretty far south, and the further south we went, the seaweed got really bad. The seaweed and trolling never mixes, so we called our buddy TJ. He said that there's no weed up here, so we just made a quick run back up north to the Boca area. We got 1 more hour to fish. 40-pounder, let's go. All right, Tyler, I'm gonna clear this rod for you.
All right.
He's trying to pull, huh?
Yeah, he did for a second.
That deep, short.
Yeah, it's a deep
Yeah, baby.
He's running track. First
Smooth.
fish to big drag. Yeah, I got you.
Just keep it nice and smooth. You basically fish overkill because you gotta be able to fish really heavy reels, heavy line to be able to get that planer down there, because there's a lot of resistance. So I'm gonna take the planer off to Tyler. He's gonna walk back. You never really know how big the fish is.
All right, Vic just took the planer off for me, so I'm connected with just me and the fish and the rod, obviously. He's definitely on there, I feel him.
She's sliding like a wahoo.
That's it.
Oh, that's it, baby. That's it. I see those fins. It is, isn't it? Or is it a black
it is.
fish?
No,
As long as it's not a cuda.
It's not a cuda.
Am I free of that line right there?
yeah, you're good.
Just yeah,
Keep
keep
your
your
rod
rod
on this
angled
side.
that way. That's it, baby. That's it. Woohoo! We're almost there. Don't lose them now.
There you go, Tyler, your first one! Yeah!
Let's go, baby. Oh my God.
Look at how, is there a prettier fish to
No.
look at when you first catch him?
No.
Tyler, look, you caught him sniffing, you hooked him in the nose.
Oh my God. Took
That's
your
the
last
one.
sniff,
We
buddy.
did it!
Let's go, man.
Woo!
All that hard work paying off.
Hell yeah!
Let's go, man. Let's go.
First wahoo!
Captain Vic, Captain Brooke, put me on.
Give me a kiss.
You thought it was a
Okay.
tuna, you
I don't know, I
psycho.
saw those fins coming out.
I will tell you, that was the deepest I've gone yet. I was about to make my turn, and we got hit in like 350. We've been trying to stay a little shallower than that, so maybe they're out deeper.
On the Conley planer rod, and the Machaira.
Oh my God.
Good job, Little B. All right, there we go. We got Tyler on his first wahoo.
Let's go.
Took us some time, but we came back out here, fresh new leaders, got some new rigs, and we made it happen. Still early, we're gonna get the spread back out, but I'm happy to share this fish with my man Tyler right here.
So happy, man. Stoked. Thanks for having me out. I think we're gonna get more. Let's get the spread back out.
And Little B, what do you gotta say?
I'm just very excited. When you get a new boat and you catch a new species on the boat, it's always a good time. It's funny because Tyler had texted Victor and was like, when are you gonna put me on my first wahoo? And there we go. We got it done, baby.
Got
It
her done.
may have taken 2 days, but you know, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Sometimes you spend days and hours out here, and they're just such a beautiful fish, and I can't wait to eat this thing.
Putting this guy on ice to join the mahi. Let's go, baby.
A lot of you guys already know this, but I'm sure some of you don't. So Brooke is my wife, and we're actually at her parents' house. So my father-in-law Brian is the owner of the canvas factory, and what he's done for the past 30 years is make boat covers, sunshades, anything to do with canvas and upholstery in a boat, he's got you covered. So we are big on keeping this boat as clean and as nice as possible. Pop it on real quick and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done.
So everyone always thinks that putting on a boat cover is the worst thing ever, but this boat cover is made to be extremely easy to use, and we actually made a full boat cover video on this boat and put it on the Boat Canvas Factory YouTube channel,
which will be linked below.
And it took, I believe it was around 4 minutes to put the full cover on, with one person only doing it. Fisher put it on in under 4 minutes, I think it was, and then it took like a minute to take the whole thing off. So protecting your boat is not a big annoyance. It's way worth keeping your boat protected for years to come for the 5 minutes that it takes to put your boat cover on after you're done washing it.
Here's the final snap. Less than 10 minutes, this boat is fully protected. You either spend 15 minutes cleaning your boat every single time you get on the boat, or you spend 10 minutes putting a cover on. I think it's a no-brainer. All right, guys, we got the Wahoo on the fillet table. Always exciting to have these fish here. I love everything about them. They're the ultimate predator. If you guys see their morphology, look at how streamlined and just how crazy sharp in an angle his mouth goes. These fish are actually pretty lazy until they don't want to be. When they ambush something, they hit it. I think they can go like 40 miles per hour. And whenever you get a bait fish back that's been cut by Wahoo, you see this just like perfect surgical cut, like someone took a scalpel to it. So let's go ahead and fillet it up. What I like to do for Wahoo is I like to start right here by the tail. And there's a couple fish I like to do this with. Wahoo, tuna, and dolphin. I like to go from the tail up towards the head. Very superficially, just on the outside edge of the spine. Making sure I don't tear through it, because they got pretty fragile bone structure. And I'm just going to continue to do this until I get to the center of the fish, or the fish's backbone. 8-inch Dexter Max Flex gliding through that fish perfectly. Now we're gonna get this head meat right here, make a cut around the head, around that pec fin, separating that head meat, and I'm gonna just make one more pass, getting just on top of the backbone, freeing up that meat. We're gonna lift up this shoulder right here. We're gonna break through the pin bones, just like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna go down on the other side of the backbone, and this is why I like this knife, especially for Wahoo. You see that knife flexing real nice. Wahoo can have pretty delicate meat, so it's easy to tear through, so I like a lot of flex in my knife. So now we're on the other side of the backbone right here, on top of the rib cage. Just like so, free up this belly right here. And voila, look at that. So now we got our Wahoo filleted both sides, and I find this the easiest way to skin a Wahoo. Since they have really thin skin, instead of going and skinning at the entire edge, I like to do like, I don't know, no more than like a foot long section. I'll come right here, go down to the skin but not pierce through it, swivel my knife, always make sure my left hand is trailing right behind the blade so I can feel, and look at this. See? I'm sure a lot of you guys have in the past, when you're skinning Wahoo, the skin, it tends to pierce very easily with the knife, but if you do it in sections like this, it's much, much easier. Okay guys, welcome back to the kitchen. So we're gonna do 3 things tonight. First up, we got coconut crusted Wahoo. Then we're gonna do some seared Wahoo with a spicy mayo, and then we're gonna do a little Wahoo crudo. So we get it 3 different ways. One's gonna be fully cooked, one's gonna be semi-cooked, and one's gonna be completely raw. So we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So for this coconut crusted one, what I'm doing is I'm going into some fine rice flour right here. We're gonna go into an egg wash, and then just some sweetened coconut flakes. I remember Brooke made this way back in the day, and it was a hit, so I'm gonna recreate what she did. So these are sweetened coconut flakes. They're gonna fry up real nice. We're just gonna shallow pan fry these. You can't have a sushi night or a Wahoo night without some spicy mayo, so I got some Kewpie mayo, this bottle right here, some Japanese mayo, sriracha. I like to do almost equal parts sriracha to mayo. If you like it spicy, if you don't like it as spicy, do less sriracha. Some sesame oil, and then just a little splash of lime juice. And that's all you really need for a good homemade spicy mayo. And I can already tell I want more sriracha just based on that color. It's a little too white. And I'm telling you guys, make this stuff at home. It is so much better than store-bought spicy mayo. No preservatives, just delicious, fresh ingredients. Okay, so the spicy mayo is gonna go on top of our seared fish. Now for this crudo, it's basically just really thinly sliced wahoo. We're gonna put some veggies on it, but I wanna make a really delicious, not sauce, but almost like, I wanna say vinaigrette, just like a juice to go on top of the fish. So sesame oil. This stuff right here is delicious. It's a local brand called Tabanero, sriracha honey. Go in with a good amount of that. We're gonna do some lime juice, get some acidity in there. Okay, so we're gonna do some soy sauce as well.
Tyler, how do you feel about the spread?
So far, it looks amazing. Can't wait to dig in.
Oh, you're gonna dig it. Whoa, spicy. This stuff is deadly, but good. It's like a perfect balance of spicy and sweet, but I just think my lips are sunburned, so it just hit just right. So we got the coconut crusted fish prepped up. These two blocks are gonna make for the perfect seared portion. I use more of the tail cuts for the coconut crusted flake fish. And then this is kind of like the midsection of the fish. The shoulder section of the wahoo is always the best. It's gonna be the thickest, best for searing. And this is gonna be for our crudo. So what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna slice it about this thin. For crudo, you want bite-sized pieces. You don't wanna overwhelm someone with too much fish in a bite. So just about that big. Nice long strides with this Dexter sashimi knife. Okay, so this is gonna be our wahoo crudo. Just sliced relatively thin. Just going down on our platter, and then we're gonna dress it up here soon. Now I'm gonna put a little sesame oil on the fish that we're gonna sear. Just rub it all around. This is gonna be a really high heat, quick pan sear, just to give it a little bit of crust, and it's gonna be pretty much raw all the way through. Now we're just gonna shallow pan fry our coconut crusted wahoo. Don't want too high of heat because these coconut flakes will burn pretty fast. And also, wahoo is a fish that can dry out very easily. We're gonna go ahead and start flipping our fish. These coconut flakes are very delicate, so like I said, not too high of heat because they will burn very easily. If you guys are like me and don't like stinking up the house when it comes to cooking fish, because fish for some reason gets in your walls and just in the space, and it just makes your house not always smell the best. This thing right here is a fisherman's best friend. Camp Chef Sidekick. You got a pellet grill on the inside, side burner on the side right there. I do a lot of cooking fish on the side burner right here. We're gonna sear our fish. We're cooking these coconut crusted wahoo bites on here as well. It just makes life so much easier. Okay, so just like that. See, if you guys see, if you leave it in a little bit too long, that coconut will start to burn on you. Okay, and anytime anything comes off the hot oil and you fry, you gotta hit it with some salt.
Do it Lady in the Tramp style.
Wow. That coconut is so good.
I love coconut anything. Coconut, desserts, coconut cake, coconut fish.
Wow,
Try it, Tyler.
that's very good.
That was
Alright.
like the most perfect piece to try.
I know.
I'll share mine with you, Dennis.
Your very first Wahoo.
Really good. And a piece for the cameraman. Get in there, buddy.
Not gonna feed me like Brooke?
And the final thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a quick sear on these Wahoo. I would say no more than 20 seconds on each side. You basically just want a little bit of crust. It's gonna give it a little flavor, but you wanna enjoy the fish, I'd say like 80–85% raw. What most people do with this is they'll do like a pepper crust or sesame seared crust, but I didn't feel like dealing with all the sesame seeds. But just salt and sesame oil is gonna give it plenty of flavor. So we got just the outside sear, and we're ready to slice it up. So this is gonna be our crudo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down with some cucumber. We also have some sliced radishes. And the sky's the limit for crudo. You could put some mandarins on here, slices of peaches, any type of fruit, onion, radishes, daikon radish, jalapenos if you want it spicy. But look at that pretty color pop with all those radishes. We're gonna finish it off with some scallion. And then the sauce we made with that sriracha honey, lime juice, soy, and all those other things, we're gonna just go right on top of our fish and just try to kind of get it evenly spread apart. And then we're gonna go down with a little bit of chili, garlic crunch. It's not too spicy, it's pretty mild. Just a lot of good flavors. Don't wanna overdo it with this stuff though. Now we're gonna slice up our seared Wahoo. Look at that knife glide. You get a good sashimi knife, it makes your life so much easier. Okay, now we're gonna take this. Just gonna go down, right down the line of that. Get some spicy mayo on there. We're gonna finish it off with some scallion. And then for our coconut crusted fish, real simple, just store-bought sweet chili sauce. Just kind of sprinkle it right on top of our coconut crusted fish.
I've been following Vic around the kitchen and outside for the last hour or so and just salivating over all these dishes that he's prepared, and it looks incredible. I cannot wait to eat.
This meal's definitely one for the books. My first bite was the crudo. A little bit of spice, a little bit of acid kick right there. We're gonna go for some seared. Look at that, little spicy mayo. You can't beat fresh Wahoo. You can't beat it.
I didn't wait on these guys. I've tried all three styles. Every single one is just as delicious as the last. I mentioned it a couple times that Wahoo has been my favorite eating fish since before I can remember, and it still reigns supreme. I think it's so good. Vic put some kind of spicy, chili, crunchy sauce on the crudo, and it is so good. I like a little bit of spice.
You remember when you catch like your first of anything? Like I always think back to the same memory when like people ask me like when I started fishing. My dad would drop me off on Deerfield Beach Fishing Pier. That's where I grew up fishing. I was so excited to catch my first blue runner, my first mackerel, my first bonita. And the more fish you catch, you just kind of get like, I guess, conditioned and you want more and more and more. But still like today, the sight of a Wahoo, no matter how many you catch, no matter what you catch, it's always so exhilarating when you get one in the boat. And then seeing someone like Tyler, who's never caught one before, gets a pull on the rod. He's never even seen one in real life, which is amazing. And we got to put him on this and then share this meal with him together is just, I love how it comes full circle. And I always think back to that little kid on Deerfield Beach Fishing Pier, which was me. And here we are now. Blue water, being able to share this with friends and family, it's pretty special.
These three separate dishes are the best of all the worlds. You got something fried. I mean, you can't beat something fried, but it's coconut crusted. Incredible. The crudo, and then the seared. The only thing we're missing is sushi, but sushi takes forever to make, and realistically, all you're doing is wrapping it in seaweed and rice, and you can't really taste it as good as you can when you prepare it like this. And it's incredible. You know, we went out there with one thing on our minds, wanting to catch that wahoo. We got it done, and now we're enjoying it. And you can't beat it. It's absolutely delicious.
Dennis brought his own chopsticks today. Let me. Oh! Do they change colors?
I don't even know.
Where'd you get those things? Temu?
Amazon, baby.
Oh my god. They look like something you would have gotten out of a cereal box.
I'm surprised they're not red, man. I feel like you're on the dark side.
There's two more in the truck. Those are probably the red ones. These are kind of cheap chopsticks. I'm not gonna. They kind of bend in a little bit.
They look like lightsabers.
Out of all the three, I was most interested about the coconut fried one, and I will say that's probably my favorite. So.
But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.